everyone, I'm Jacynth and I'm the founder of biascut.com and Ageism is Never in Style. And today I'm here with the person who started it all, the inspiration, my mum, Marilyn.
Hello.
So I started the biascut.com 4 years ago after growing increasingly frustrated at seeing women like yourself being increasingly treated as invisible by the fashion industry as you got older.
Yes, I used to find I'd go out shopping more often than not with you. We'd be able to find lovely things for you to wear. But for me, I always, if I returned home with anything, it was always some form of small accessory. I could never find the clothes that I really wanted to wear. They were, if they were going to work on my figure, they were black or navy or brown, and they were just boring.
So obviously the biascut.com aims to address that. With being the first age inclusive online boutique. So it's been 4 years now. How do you feel attitudes towards women such as yourself and age have changed, if at all, in fashion?
Yes, well, I think it's true to say that there's more written about ageism in fashion. I mean, there's more written about diversity in general, although ageism normally comes at the bottom of that list. But whether there has been any real change, I'm doubtful of. I mean, we see more and more older women being used in advertising and so forth. But more often than not, you get the kooky styles. It may be the great but still rather kooky Iris Apfel, use of celebrities. And personally, I don't identify with what are generally the tall, elegant, slim, and more often than not grey-headed individuals they use. So for me, I don't actually feel there's been much of a change. I think what there has been is a tokenism, and as I say, when they talk or write about diversity, well, as an afterthought, you might get ageism thrown in.
Absolutely. And then in terms of actually in the shops, do you think brands have changed much?
I don't think they particularly have. I mean, of course, this is where, for me, bias cut has been such a big thing, because you go out actually looking for the styles and offerings that do work across the ages. And I mean, there aren't brands that actually have older age at the centre of what their designs are, but that which makes it, of course, I'm sure, hard for you to actually find what you want at times. But it's that ability to be able to look at the business and know that whatever is there is being chosen carefully with all ages, and chiefly also older people in mind.
And I think what I personally find when looking at other brands, even when they are featuring older women in campaigns or models, the issue comes back down to not understanding different body shapes. And naturally women's body do change as you get older. And so even if they feature this tall, slim, size 8-10 model who can wear these clothes, a lot of women, as their bodies have changed, won't feel comfortable wearing them, and they're not catering to that.
I think that's absolutely right. I mean, the point is, not everyone, of course, does have these issues, but a lot of women do for various reasons. With age, it might be, I mean, in my own case, an injury has kicked in the implications of it more for my body as I've got older. Childbirth can affect your shape, all sorts of things might be. And they don't think about that in the way that they cut. The cuts are as if, you know, we've all got the slim body that so few people really do.
So when it comes to models, as we say, there's a lot of tokenism. One of the things that we strive to do is try and show a diverse range of women of different heights, ages, shapes, sizes, ethnicity, colours, hair, things like that. What I found interesting though was when I was first developing the business back in about 2014, I surveyed a lot of women over the age of 40, and I asked, how would you feel about seeing models who represent you, your age or older? And I was quite interested to see the response was very split. About 50% of women were adamant they didn't want to see models their age or older, they said, well, younger's better. Or they said they could be my age, but definitely not any older. And after a while, obviously this did confuse me. I realised what was happening is they were applying their own subconscious bias as to what they were expecting women, older models, to look like, because of how we've seen so stereotypically women as they get older represented. So now that you see other women, and if you do see a brand that actually really does try and show a spectrum, obviously you can't have a model that represents every single person,
No.
but is actually more inclusive. How does that make you feel?
Well, I think actually it makes the brand far more welcoming, far more fun. When you look at different women wearing different sized women, different looks, different colourings, different ethnicities, that whether it's consciously or subconsciously, that you feel it's more inclusive and that it's going to have something there for you. And I think it's just more inviting altogether.
So let's talk about style.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, style has played a big role in our relationship.
It has,
yeah. Obviously, it's the inspiration behind the business, and also we go shopping a lot. And we've definitely enjoyed style in the same measure. I'd say personally, you have influenced my style to the extent that you've taught me about embracing colour, quality, also investment pieces, buying fewer pieces but ones that last. I have things that I've had for over 10 years that still look virtually as good as new and I wear all the time. And just understanding also about how to express your own personality through style, not needing to be completely trend driven, but equally, being modern, maybe having a lot of trends here and there, but being yourself, an individual.
Yes, I think that what I now get from you, of course, now is I like to look contemporary, but I also am very eclectic, and I think what you've helped me to do is to look at different ways of wearing the pieces that I buy. And I trust your judgment. I know that it's going to be right. I know that your eye's right, and you know what looks right on me. And some of the ideas you've given me, it might be just simple little things like how you tuck in a jumper, or I never used to wear scarves, but now I do more. In fact, I've got quite a collection, and these little details that I think that you've pointed out to me, and how that's the bit that helps me to be contemporary and feel that I look more stylish.
I think all mothers and daughters can really learn from each other and be inspired by one another. You might not wear exactly the same pieces. I mean, you might share pieces, but it's about styling things in a different way. How about grandma? How did she inspire you?
Well, I think, actually, thinking about it, my mother always looked good. I mean, she always dressed well, she accessorised. It wasn't always expensive. I'm not talking about expensive pieces of jewellery, but she would wear nice jewellery, and it's those little touches that I think have rubbed off, and why I enjoy style and clothes. And that's the thing that
she was
we
always
share.
very well put together.
Yes,
and she took pride in her appearance.
She did.
So
that's the better way to put it.
She understood the value of dressing and how it can affect how you feel.
And yes, I mean she the colours that suited her, and she changed some of that as she grew older. But she always took pride in her appearance.
And I still wear pieces that I wear a Cheongsam that was made, I think, in the 50s.
It was, yes, it was made in the 50s.
And I wear some of your dresses you had made in the 70s.
Right. Well, I had my father used to bring. I suppose this shows that we were always enjoyed clothes. He used to bring me back from trips abroad lengths of silk, actually some of these were, that I then had made into dresses, and they fit you perfectly now.
And I love wearing them. I get compliments all the time. People ask me where are they from, so unfortunately
they're different.
They are different, and they are vintage.
They are.
So if you could pass on one piece of style advice, what would it be? I
think it would be, don't stay in a rut. Don't feel that you should be, just don't keep wearing the same old styles. Don't think, this is how I've always dressed and that's how I'm going to continue dressing. Have far more fun with style. Try different colours, try different things that you might never have thought about wearing before. And you'll be surprised, I'm quite sure, and at the same time you'll really enjoy what you're wearing and feel refreshed about what you're wearing.
And I think that's the thing, you don't necessarily have to buy lots of new pieces.
No,
you
don't.
Might buy 1 or 2 new pieces, but equally you can find things in the back of your wardrobe that you can pair
well,
around with
you're
right
right.
away.
I mean, I certainly still find out items that I, well, actually may not have worn again for 10 years, and they still work put together in a more contemporary way. And it doesn't have to be expensive either.
No.
You know, you might pick up something really quite cheap, that certainly in things like t-shirts or camisoles and things like this that are inexpensive and can help to really brighten up an outfit and create something new.
And it's fun, isn't it? That's the thing. It's actually
It's
enjoyable,
enjoyment
having fun,
out of it.
trying something new.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Well, thank you very much, and happy Mother's Day.
Well, thank you very much.